Now as you guys know that my final frame is over here like this. Now what I want, then this thing should come up front when after the slicing. So let's hit play over here like this. After this point this should to start come over here in front of it. So for that we need marking over here, and for that marking I'm going to add another cube. Let's select this cube. This is for just for a reference, and I'm going to move this cube over here at the edge of this alphabet which is going to bend. So initially I'm going to move this over here. This is just for reference, it has nothing to do with our animation portion. So let's select this cube and let's hide it initially. Now let's play. After all of this bending, at this point, or let's say somewhere around over here, at this point I want this should come in front, and in a front, which means it should move on z direction. So I'll create one keyframe over here up to somewhere around over here, and let's go somewhere around, let's say 120 maybe. Yep. And now I'm going to bring my cube over here. Now I'll select this main which is over here, and I'll change this value in negative direction. So let's bring this over here, and this time also this edge and this edge of cube should be parallel. I mean they should stick together, and then I'm going to create another keyframe. Okay, and then you can delete those cube. Okay, now my final frame is 120, and if I choose 120 over here, and if I try to see this animation now, I'll get this, then this sliding animation, then this. But if you see it doesn't look like loop, so press ND on your NA on your keyboard, so we are not gonna see that. And select this bend deformer, and by holding alt I'm going to enable this visibility. And now let's see this animation. I'll get this and then this. Now let's do one thing, we will deselect everyone, so now you can see this animation properly. And if you see properly, this is going to be in the form of loop. So this is how you can create this loop. Now we will focus on our texturing. So now let's delete this camera over here. Now we will try to play around with materials. So let's double click and we will create one material, and we will apply this to A and to this A. Now double click to create one what we call material editor, and select particular color. I'm going to select, let's say somewhere around this color over here. Then I'll go to the luminance panel. I'm going to choose similar color over here, and then I'm going to decrease the brightness little bit, and let's go to the colors. Yep, we will get something like this. Now we will focus on this A over here and press ND on your keyboard, so we'll get something like this. Now I want this faces of this one should be with different colors, so I'll double click. Let's go inside this and also enable luminance panel, and I'm going to select brightness up to 75. Now select this, and I'm going to select my rectangle selection tool, and I want to select this faces over here. So I'll go to the right view, I'll select this object, and I'm going to select this much portion like this, or let's say this much portion over here. Sorry, select this one, and let's try to select this faces. Sorry, let's disable this camera over here. Go somewhere around over here, select this, and I'm going to select my face selection tool, and with the help of that I'm going to select this much portion, and by holding shift I'll select this portion also. And now I'll apply this white color to this, and let's hide this main over here, so we can see our white color is properly applied. Okay, so now we will select this A, and by holding alt I'll hide this also. And now we will follow the same procedure for this one. I'll select this, and with the help of this selection I can select this face, and I'm going to apply this white color. We don't need to apply that white color at the end, but if you want you can apply this color over here also, but it's not going to be visible, so it's okay if you're not going to apply that. Then you can apply this color to this portion, which is our plane also. You can select I mean this plane, and let's go to the object and delete the spacing over here. I mean segments, we don't want that. And now let's enable our camera, and now if you see this animation, Oops, we haven't enabled our A over here. Then press NA to get rid of it like this, and also enable this over here. So if I see, I'll get something like this. Okay, but if you see over here, the back portion, if I, let's hit Control Shift Z to regain original camera position. Sometimes what happens, you will get this kind of white line visibility over here. So to get rid of that, what you can do, you can simply select this A, you can go to the right view and select those points, and with the help of this rectangle selection tool, let's select those points and simply move them a little bit, not too much but a little bit backward over here, just to get rid of that white line over there. Okay, this much only, you don't need to do any extra procedures like this. Okay, so now as you guys can see, those lines are not visible. So now our scene is all obviously ready, and now we will add our lights over there. So I'll go to the lights, I'm going to choose area light. Let's select this light and move this over here. Press R for rotation, rotate it like this and rotate it like this. Increase the size of these lights, and let's move this light over here. By holding control, I'll move this light over here. Press RW and rotate it like this. So our lights are also ready. Select those lights, go to the shadow and choose area. Select this, go to the shadow and choose area. So we'll get proper shadows also. And if you see, if we hit Control R, we will get this kind of smoothness also. And this is how you can create this kind of structure. And if you want to add background, so you can choose this floor also. Press E and let's move this downwards and hit Control R. So you will get something like this. It's totally up to you. If it's not there, it's still okay. Let's bring this floor totally downwards, and you can apply this color to this one also. So we will get this kind of structure. Or instead of applying this color only here, you can choose different colors. So let's select this. By holding control, I'll create duplicate. Let's double click and change the, we will choose a little bit darker, or let's say lighter color, and we will apply to this. And make sure to check out initial frame. Now my initial frame looks like this, and if I go to the last and if I hit Control R, my final frame is going to be the same. So make sure that like this, and let's try to check out how darker version looks like. Okay, so I'll stick with this one, but you can play around with these colors and you can choose whatever color combination you want. But this is how you can create this kind of slicing text animation inside of Cinema 4D.